We're talking about Magic. Magic Speed 4 by Asics. Welcome back to the channel. I am Cody with the Shoe In With Cody, and today we got ourselves a good one. We are talking about the Asics Magic Speed 4. I've had this shoe for a little while now, and I put about 36 miles into this shoe, and I got a lot to say about this shoe. In this video, I'm going to go over the good, the bad, and the verdict. Should you buy this shoe? Yeah, this shoe right here. Now, before I dive into my review, I want to let you know one thing. This shoe was provided to me by Asics, but they have no opinion or input in what I put on these videos at all. And the other thing is, gotta ask a favor of you. Hit the like button and smash the subscribe button. It costs you absolutely nothing, but it absolutely helps the channel. Now let's sit back, relax, and let's talk about the Asics Magic Speed 4. Because I'm a positive guy, I'm going to talk about the positive first. And honestly, there is a lot to say about this shoe. I did not have high expectations when I got this shoe in. Completely frank. It seems like they did an overhaul of the whole Magic, and it looked cool on paper, but nothing was like, yes, I need to try this. I got this in the mail, and I've absolutely been loving it. The first one is the foam, the Flight Foam Turbo. It's just really nice underfoot. I like this for, I'm talking about my speed work I'm doing when I want to drop the hammer around like 6'10", 6'15", easy to do in the shoe. When I want to go for a long run, 16 miles, I just did it, where I want something comfortable, the foam to like really just help me through the run. It definitely did the job. When I want a shoe to pick the pace up but not drop the hammer, it did an amazing job. Again, the foam, the Flight Foam that they were using, it's really good. This upper, I really liked. It's nothing crazy. It's an engineered mesh upper, gusseted tongue. Tongue is pretty, it's pretty, not much there, to be quite frank, but it has pads where you want it, and you just get a great lockdown and no issues at all. The heel, great heel. I'm telling you, I locked this in I just did 16 miles, locked it in, forgot the shoe was on, and this also has a full carbon plate in it. We're not talking about a nylon plate, we're not talking about a half plate or a shank. This has a full carbon plate in it, and it just works, to be quite honest with you. I feel fast in this shoe. A lot of people keep asking me, how does it compare to the Paris Metaspeed Paris? I do think there's levels to this. This is their training. This is like the 1-2 punch. This is like the training shoe to use with the Metaspeed. So I do think there is a difference. I don't think it's a apples to apples comparison, and I don't think that's what this is trying to do. I think the Magic Speed is trying to be a training companion, and I think Asics finally has it. I've used this on daily runs, long runs, speed workouts, and it works really well. Definitely wouldn't use this for recovery runs, but for all those other ones, it does a really good job. The other huge bonus for this shoe is because it performs so well, it's only 170 bucks, which for a shoe like this, all that stack you're getting, great upper, just gets the job done. That's a hell of a price for a shoe. Honestly, I think a lot of people are going to get a ton of miles in. So again, there is a lot to like about this shoe. I think Asics definitely hit it out of the park with this shoe. With the good, there has to be some bad. And there are some bads with this shoe. The first one I'm going to talk about is look at that stack. It's beautiful. I love it. Give me all the stack. But I will point out one thing. Sometimes taking some sharp turns, not the greatest. And I just want to point that out. I feel like a lot of people use the Magic a lot for workouts on the track. And just really like letting it rip. They thought it was very agile. I think it lost some of its agility in that aspect. It's not like a deal breaker to me. A lot of the runs I'm doing right now, I'm not doing sharp turns. I don't run on a track. So again, for tempo days, it works really nicely for me. But I do think I want to point that out for a lot of folks that want to take this on the track. You might not love it because there is a lot. I believe there's about 40 millimeters of stack in the heel, and that is a lot for a shoe that people want to let it rip. I just want to point that out. The other thing is, and I will stand by this, grip is good. It's not great. Nothing to ride home. I did some kind of wetter runs, and I just feel like the grip could be a little bit better. Again, nothing too crazy, but it's something I have to point out. Again, I've taken this on a lot of different runs, and I've used this on the rail trail, and it's okay on the rail trail. So again, if you're a type of person that's going to be running a lot on a rail trail, just know the grip is fine. Nothing crazy. Again, this is a road shoe, so it's definitely not a trail shoe. Will not take this out on the trails by any means, but on the kind of that gravelly kind of road, it's good. Not great, but it definitely gets the job done. And honestly, you know, the other last thing I'll say is this does have a full carbon plated shoe. You know, after a while, you know, you kind of like are feeling the carbon plate, but I feel that with all carbon plated shoes, to be quite frank. When I ran with the Nike Speed shoes, the Adidas, Asics, Saucony, you know, once you get longer into the run, you definitely start feeling that. I do want to point that out. It does have a carbon plated, it has a carbon plated in it. You can see it. You definitely feel it at the end. And then the other one I want to answer, this is about 8.5, 8.8 in my size. And I keep getting a question for a lot of people, would I use this for a marathon? Yeah, if I'm on a budget, absolutely. But because of the weight, it's, you know, if I'm going 26, I want something a little bit lighter. This is great for training, but if you are trying to use it for the actual race, just be careful. It is a little heavy. You heard the good, you heard the bad. Now you want to know, should you buy this shoe? And you probably already know it. This is an absolute buy, just mainly because of what you get for the price. For $170, and I know a lot of people are saying, Cody, $170 is not that cheap. Unfortunately for shoes today, $170 is kind of cheap. Sorry, folks. Shoe prices are getting crazy. But $170, you get a shoe that's just comfortable. It's fast. You can use on tempo days, daily runs, as well as long runs, especially a long run when you want to add in some paces. It just answers the bell for me. I think Asics definitely knocked it out of the park with this one. I think they finally have a training shoe to go along with the Metaspeed Sky. Honestly, if you had that shoe and you were looking for just one other shoe, I think this does a great job. Again, I mentioned before, I wouldn't use it for cover day run. And I understand a lot of people don't love a carbon plate for all their runs, but honestly, as a carbon plated shoe, this is definitely for a training run, is definitely up there for one of my favorites out there. Again, highly recommend this. Asics definitely, absolutely knocked it out of the park. So there you had it. You heard my good, my bad, and my verdict. Now I want to hear from you. Drop a comment in there. Did you love this shoe? Did you hate this shoe? Why? Let me know. Drop a comment. And what can I tell you about the shoe to get it on your feet? What questions didn't I answer? Let me know. Again, thank you for watching this video. Hit the like button, smash the subscribe button, and I'll see you all out there on the run.